My parents started to tremble, an uncontrollable shaking that ran through their bodies. They didn't speak. They couldn't. Their eyes, wide with a dawning horror, drifted towards the washing machine. The air in the apartment thickened as my grandparents' voices rose, sharp with worry and accusation. My maternal grandma, always the most straightforward, stepped forward, her eyes narrowing at my parents' pale faces. "Don't just stand there like statues. When did you last see Penny?" Dad's Adam's apple bobbed. He opened his mouth, then closed it, as if the words were stuck in his throat. Mom's hands twisted together in front of her, her manicure chipped from days of stress with Leo. We saw her 2 days ago," she finally managed, her voice barely audible. "She was in the laundry room. We thought she'd snuck out to your house." My paternal grandma let out a scoff that sounded more like a gasp. "Snuck out? At 5 years old? In the middle of winter? And you didn't call to check until now?" She turned to the others, her voice trembling with anger. "They've been neglecting that child since Leo was born. I told you this would happen." The room erupted into chaos. My grandpas tried to calm the grandmas, but their voices were drowned out by the rising tide of panic. Through it all, my parents stood frozen, their eyes fixed on the laundry machine, the one that held my twisted, swollen body. I floated beside them, my ghostly heart aching as I watched the realization dawn on their faces. They weren't just scared of getting in trouble. For a split second, I saw something else, regret. But it was gone as quickly as it came, replaced by raw, animal fear. "Let's check the house again," my paternal grandpa said, his voice steadying the group. "Maybe she's hiding." Kids do that when they're upset. They searched every corner, under the beds, in the closets, behind the couch. Leo, sensing the tension, started crying again, his wails echoing through the apartment. Mom picked him up, rocking him frantically, but her eyes never left the laundry room. I followed them, hovering near the machine. The smell was getting worse, sweet and sickly, like rotting fruit. I knew it wouldn't be long before someone noticed. Finally, my maternal grandma marched over to the laundry machine. She'd always been the most stubborn of the bunch, the one who never took "I don't know" for an answer. "What's this doing closed?" she asked, nodding at the locked door. "Penny hates being in small spaces. Why would she hide in here?" Mom's breath hitched. It's locked. Child lock. We got it so she couldn't climb in." Grandma raised an eyebrow. "Then how did she get in, and why haven't you opened it to check?" Dad stepped forward, his hands shaking as he reached for the door handle. I forgot. With Leo being sick, we just forgot." The lie hung in the air, thick and sour. Grandma didn't buy it. She grabbed the handle herself, yanking at it. "Unlock it," she said, her voice cold. Mom fumbled in her pocket for the small remote that controlled the child lock. Her hands were so shaky she dropped it twice before finally pressing the button. There was a soft beep, and the lock clicked open. For a moment, no one moved. The only sounds were Leo's quiet sobs and the ticking of the clock on the wall. I held my non-existent breath, waiting. Would they finally see me? Would they regret what they'd done? Grandma pulled the door open. The first thing that hit them was the smell. It wrapped around the room like a blanket, sickly sweet and impossible to ignore. My maternal grandpa gagged, stepping back. My paternal grandma let out a choked scream, clapping a hand over her mouth.